So today is another one of my favourites videos, and as usual I'm going to start off with something I seem to have in every single favourites video, and that is an art book. And the newest collection to my addiction is this book, and it's called Dreamscapes Fantasy World. And this artist, I've been following her on Facebook and her blog for ages, and the drawings, well not really drawings, they're paintings really, watercolour paintings. And watercolours are one of my favourite mediums. Oils is one of those ones I'm like, ugh, I really don't like it, but watercolours, watercolours along with charcoals and just plain pencil drawings are my favourite. And this woman paints in a way that I just hadn't seen before. And it goes through all her techniques, the different methods that she uses to create these incredible patterns on her paintings. And the techniques I've never seen before. So I was testing some of them out, and it's amazing. It is so amazing. I can't quite go into how much I love this book. I'll see if I can find one of my favourite drawings, because I really like the, I think she did an Alice in Wonderland inspired series at one point, and she also did one based on a whole load of tarot cards. And all the drawings that she has on her Facebook as well. If you follow her Facebook, she tends to take pictures of while she's doing her paintings, and she mentions what she uses. Sometimes she'll reference the techniques that she uses and references back to a blog post that she's done on her blog, and you get to see the whole process of her doing these paintings from the initial concept sketches to the final drawing, and they're so beautiful. They are so incredibly beautiful. Let's see if you can see these. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see these, but what I am going to do is I'm going to link her Facebook. Even if you're not interested in getting the books, have a look at her Facebook or her Instagram, because the drawings, they're just stuff of dreams really. They're incredible, and I absolutely love them. There's one which I know for sure that she has in here, and she did this painting of a woman in a blue dress with this lovely headscarf. No, that's not it either. Oh, look at this one. Just look at all those colours and those blues. How beautiful is that? But yeah, she's got tons of other books. I think she has at least 3. I know that she's done quite a few, and I'm pretty sure that she released a book this year as well. So I need to get my hands on that. So I might have a few new books to my collection soon. But this is the first book that I've got, not this month, I've kind of got a few more books since then, but we won't mention that. So that's the first one of this favourites video. The second one is something that I did a review on my blog. I actually have 3 different perfumes this month, because as anyone who knows me knows, I have a bit of a perfume addiction. I like having perfumes for different occasions. For example, if I go on holiday, one thing I like to do is buy a perfume right before I go on holiday, use it while I'm on holiday, wait a few weeks, and then when I come back use it again, because then I feel like I'm on holiday again, and then I always associate that smell with being on holiday. So I like to kind of categorise my perfumes. I'll have a perfume for a kind of work perfume, I'll have a perfume for if I'm feeling a little bit kind of stressed and anxious and I need something to kind of boost my spirits really. This is kind of my work perfume. If I have to go into London and film anything, this is the one that I use. Really, I'd love to use this one all the time. I can't quite decide actually between this one, which is, I tried to describe it on my blog, but I'm not very good at describing smells, because I tend to get images in my head when I smell something, and when I smell this, I kind of think of white sheets on a Turkish holiday for some reason. I don't know why. It smells very confident, very sensual. The advert kind of described it as this really kind of heavy, sexy smell. It's not really that. It's not a Dior Poison kind of smell. It's a kind of subtly confident smell, which is the only way I can really describe it. And I love the bottle. Funny thing is that the next one, it's me in a bottle. Except I hate the bottle. The smell is exactly the kind of thing that I adore and the kind of thing that I've been looking for years. And it's in the most obnoxiously pink bottle I've ever seen in my life. This is the kind of pink that I see, and my instant reaction is, ugh, not good. I hate pink. I really hate pink, and they put it in the most obnoxiously Barbie pink bottle they could possibly pick. But it just smells so good. It's sweet and fruity is the only way I can really describe this. And it's strong. It's so beautifully strong. It's just, seriously, I could sniff this bottle every day. I just wish I didn't have to look at it. But as soon as this video goes up, I'm going to paint this, because I can't have this sitting on my desk. That pink is just, it's not me. It's not me. I think I'm going to take a burgundy nail varnish to it and kind of clear it up a little bit, but it really does smell amazing. And I've got most of the Nina Ricci perfumes, and for my birthday I asked for another one of theirs that I didn't have, which kind of looks like it got caught and stuck in a game of Fruit Ninja. Yeah, it looked like it got attacked with a samurai sword. So it looks quite funny, but oddly enough it's quite nice to hold because it looks like the most impractical bottle of all time, but it isn't actually. And how would I describe this one? Let's see. Ugh. Problem with this one is it kind of shoots you a little bit. It doesn't spray, it kind of does this kind of hose squirt at you. So you kind of got to make sure that you're not dashing out and going to see someone, otherwise you're going to have like this massive stain like you've dribbled on yourself a little. So it isn't the best spritzer. And one of the problems that I have found with the Nina Ricci perfumes, because I have several, I've got at least 4 bottles of theirs which I've gone through, and one of the problems I've found with the Nina Ricci perfumes, especially their apple ones, there's another bottle that they have which is a red one, and I reviewed this I think 2 Christmases ago, not this bottle but another one that was similar, and it came with a silver top and then a burgundy bottom. Is that the perfume tends to disintegrate whatever coating they have on the plastic here, and it tends to kind of wrinkle. It makes the plastic wrinkle and then flake off, and it looks horrible, which is one thing that kind of annoys me about certain Nina Ricci perfumes. But as you can tell, it's not something that stops me from buying their perfumes, given that I own most of them. This one I like to wear when I've just got kind of everyday stuff, drawing, painting, filming, that kind of stuff, or writing as well. This perfume I like more to use when I'm going out to London for work. It's more of a kind of work perfume for me. So if I've got to film anything, going to London to Google Studios or anything like that, this is the perfume I wear. And then this perfume is the kind of one when I'm just going out with a few friends and I'm going to have fun and I just want to feel relaxed and just no work basically. So that's kind of my going out and having fun perfume smell. Not smell, perfume. And the next thing for my favourites, and this one was a birthday present, and this is a vintage lipstick holder. And I'll show you how, well, how it works, I guess. It's pretty simple. What I do is my lipsticks go in here, and they just sit in the little lipstick holder like that. They're varying sizes. For example, this lipstick, which is my new favourite, and I might as well show it to you. And this one I got at IMATS, and it's from a new brand called Serenity & Scott, and the colour is Darling, and it's this colour, how would I describe that? Weak burgundy, I guess. It's not that full intense burgundy colour, but it's more of a kind of subtle burgundy colour. Not subtle, but kind of watered down burgundy. If you mixed burgundy with mauve, you'd probably get this colour. And what I really like about this colour is it's the kind of thing that you can wear when you're going out, or if you're just going out for work. It's a colour that's just in between being a nighttime lipstick and a daytime lipstick. So it's perfect, or you can just lightly dabble it and get a kind of tint on your lips, or you can really apply it and have more of a dark lip, and I absolutely love it. And you're going to have to forgive the fingerprint stains, because what happens is that this has a little mirror, and it's just like a tray, so when you're taking off your earrings for the night, you can just toss them on the tray. And I tend to keep any kind of makeup that I've been applying on there, and then I have my lipsticks in here, and it's a pretty little tray, and I got this one for my birthday. And then one of the other things that I got for my birthday, and this is something I got for myself, so I don't know if it really counts, but I went to the range and I had a little bit of splurge on art supplies. I know I got some more things, but I can't remember where I put them. I think some of them have ended up on my watercolours drawer, and some of them I'm using for a painting I'm working on at the moment. But I got myself some new paintbrushes, and I don't know why, but I actually don't have that many. I don't have any paintbrushes like that. I tend to go for either massive brushes if I'm trying to cover a large area, or I use very small, fine detailed brushes. I have a ton of them in my Cthulhu jar. As you can see, most of them are quite small brushes. I like small detailed work. I mean, this is probably one of the larger brushes that I have, and then maybe this. But I didn't have any brushes like this. And I got 3 of them. This one is the Winsor & Newton Watercolour Sable Round, and this is in number 8. I also got the Watercolour Sable Pointed Rounds, also from Winsor & Newton. And then I got Scepter Gold, and this one's also from Winsor & Newton, and I got these from the range. and I got to use them on a little drawing I did of one of the characters from the second Outsider book called Defiance, a little baby griffin, which was really fun to use. And I wish I'd been using these for longer, because they're beautiful for kind of doing these washes with watercolour and getting certain effects. It's just, oh, they're lovely. And you can never have too many paintbrushes, or at least that's what I tell myself, because yeah, I like my paintbrushes. I get more paintbrushes than I do makeup brushes, because I tend to paint more than I apply makeup on myself. Normally any makeup brushes that I get, they're for other people, and I've already built up my kit of makeup brushes that I like to use on other people, so I don't get any more. But these I have a problem with. I tend to buy far too many paintbrushes. But it was my birthday, so I decided to treat myself. And the last thing, this is something that I got while I was in New York, and Angie, Goldie Starling, if any of you follow her on YouTube, which I'm sure you do. If not, you really should be, because she's amazing. We went to the Metropolitan Museum, and while we were there I got myself some notebooks. I think you guys know, I mentioned in a favourites video a while ago that I collect notebooks for writing in. For example, I have this one, which is where I'm currently writing the third Outsider book, which is called Wrath, and part of the fourth, because it's a 4-part series. And then what I normally do is I mark on the side so that I can see how far in the notebook I am, and I know when I need to buy a new one. But I tend to have spares of notebooks anyway, so I don't have that problem normally. And then this is the one that I'm using for another book that I'm going to be writing. It might be part of the Outsider series. It's mainly just so that I'm absolutely crystal clear on what's happened kind of pre-Outsider. It's about Sybil and Aschborg, Astrid's parents, and it kind of explains the importance of a lot of the characters in Outsider, and it's really important for the fourth book. So yeah, I'm not sure, well, we'll see. I've got all that written up, but anyway, while I was in New York I picked up these from the Metropolitan Museum, and they look like old books, so I had to get them, and they have the most amazing little clasp here. The minute I saw that I was like, sold, I'll have both of them. And I spent a while picking them out, because there were quite a few books like this. And they're just normal little lined books, and what I like is when they have this, now, which I know you can make this on the back of a book, but to be honest, I don't tend to have much time, and there's always a million and one things to do, so adding a little folder to the back of the book is the last thing on my mind, so I like it when they just come with it anyway. It gives me less little things to have to remember. The second one also has it. And I like that they even went so far. If you have a look at old vintage books, they'll have these beautiful old patterns down the side, and they even did that, which I loved. And they're just so beautiful. I don't know what I'm going to be writing in. It'll probably be for any books that I start writing after Outsider, because there's a few books which are kind of bouncing around inside my head, but I need to be absolutely sure that I'm going to write them, and I need to know how they're going to end. Because if I don't know how a story's going to end, odds are I will never finish it. And so there's no point writing in a notebook. I need to think it through in my head, and then I start writing it down. So these are going to sit on my windowsill until I have a story that's good enough to be written in them. And they're just so pretty. They look really nice on my shelf, and I like pretty notebooks. I figure if I'm going to be spending months writing in a notebook, writing out plot points, chapter layouts, character kind of profiles, I'm going to get a book that I like to look at, and also something that's pretty sturdy, because this book, which I mentioned a few favourites ago, I am not happy. I'm going to have to cover the front because it's got some quite important information regarding the third book, but look what happened. Just look at that. I'm not happy. Yeah, this is why I like to get good quality books, and this one was not a good quality book, and the binding just ripped. And it ripped on the first day of me writing on it, so I was like, eh. But at that point I already had so much information written in the book, I didn't want to tear it out and start putting it into something else, so I figured just keep writing in it and try and ignore the tear. I hope you like this favourites video. I'll have everything listed on my blog and a link if there were any things that you liked the look of and you wanted to get them. For example, the art book from Stephanie, then have a look at it. I'll have a link to that all on my blog. I hope you like this video, and I will have a new video for you next week.